Hi, I'm Margaret from Margaret's Crafts. I wanted to share with you my knitting and crocheting that I've been doing over the last month, maybe a month and a half. I think it's only been a month, uh, and so I wanted to share that with you today. To start off with, I wanted to welcome any new viewers and welcome back my returning viewers. And thank you so much for the new subscribers. I really appreciate it. The first thing I want to share with you is a washcloth that I finished. And this is just the basic washcloth. This is knitted on a US 9 or 5.5 millimeters. I used Hobby Lobby. This yarn is 100% cotton. And I don't remember which colorway, and I can't find the label for it. So that's the washcloth I made. And then to go along with it, these are my whips. I wanted to, I also had some left over, and I wanted to experiment on one of the circular knitting machines. So I knitted up this pot holder, or it could be used as a washcloth. And I had chained it. I knitted it in the tube, and then I crocheted around the edges of it, all around all of the edges. And then I chained it some more and then knotted it off so it could be held down tight. And that's the same yarn that I made that out of. Well, since I'm talking about the circular knitting machine, because that's where most of my whips are, for my birthday, I had wanted a circular knitting machine, and I wanted the AliExpress king size. But I wasn't sure if I was going to like circular knitting, so I went and bought the loops and thread circular knitting machine. This one right here. It's 40 peg or 40 needle knitting machine, and I wanted to try to see if I liked it or not. So I did. I really liked it. I fell in love with it. So for my birthday, my husband purchased me the AliExpress king size, and we're still just waiting for it to come in. So until then, well, I'm still going to use this one too, because this one makes a kid size and an infant size hat real easily, where I found out that you cannot make the adult size hats on these, or regular adult size, because it's just too small. So I got the king size coming in. It should be coming in any day now. So I've been using this, and I know there's a lot of reviews that a lot of people don't like it, but I've been just taking my time with it, not forcing it. And sometimes you hear a little cranking, but what I did was it was when they had a 60% off coupon. So I used my 60% off coupon, and it was $69.99, $70. And then I had 60% off of that. So it was worth it to try it, and I do love it. Then, since I had wanted the Addy king size, I also wanted the Addy Professional. That's the smaller one. And so I wanted to see what I could get out of it. It's a 22 count needle, and see how big or how useful it would be, because I wanted it to make headbands. So my son purchased me for my birthday the Singer knitting machine, and this works great. I love it. It has the 4 legs, and it has 22 pegs. So now I can show you the things that I've finished with that. And this is coming from all of that yarn that I've been buying that has been real cheap, and then some of the extra yarn that I had bought before for making my amigurumis. So these are some of the things I made. I made a little baby's hat and a little scarf to go along with it. This was made on the loops and thread machine, and this was made on the the little Singer. So that's a set. And both of these were made on the loops and thread. I made a hat. And all of my hats are the double hats because I like how they, I like the folded brim. And then I added some pom-poms to them. So it stretches out for a nice kid-size hat. And I made the scarf and put the pom-poms on it. These were all my charity hats I said I had wanted to make. I also made 2 headbands, 2 different ways. Just a plain headband and then a headband with a little accent on it. And then this is out of, I wanted to see how it worked with the Mandela yarn from Walmart's. So I made another scarf. It just makes a thinner scarf, that's all. And to get all the color repeats in here, I just broke the thread and knit it down. So these, you know, the hats that don't have the pom-poms are reversible, so you can use it whatever way you want. I thought this was a nice boy's color. So that's another hat and scarf set. And this is another baby's hat. I haven't made a little scarf to go with it yet. This is out of what I made my sweater out of. I had leftovers, so I want to try that. At first, I was just making hats, and until the little one came along, and then I decided the singer came along. Then I decided to try to make the scarves. So I have a lot of hats done, and I want to make scarves to go with all the hats. Oh, that one did have a little scarf to go to it. With the little pom-poms. I made the little scarf with little pom-poms on it to match this one. And here's another hat. And a couple more little baby hats. And this one I want to try it different. This is only singled and has two little pom-poms up on the top. I just used a crochet hook and closed the top up. And then I crocheted, before I got that, I was crocheting. I crocheted two beanie hats. These are adult size. And the last one. These are all out of that thread that I've been buying. So I am getting the hats. I am getting the hats made. And then I wanted to add a couple pom-poms. I bought that that extra large pom-pom maker. So I made some large pom-poms to go with the 2 hats that I had already had made up. And those are all my finished items. I have to move them out the way so I can have room. So I want to make as many as I can. I want to make as many as I can because I want to send some to the homeless shelter, the adults, and then to the women's shelter where the women and kids can go. I want to send some ladies and children's to that one. What I have been working on, my whips, had to find my book again. I have my vest that I'm making for my husband. I had already finished the front and showed that to you before. And this is how much of the back I have done. I was down here. So I have all the rest of this done. I'm nearing to the, about a couple more inches, I think it is, and then I'll start the decreases for the underarms. And that is made out of, it's called the Office Vest by Lisa Cunningham. And it's one of the Karen Big Cakes in Nightberry. And I'm using a US 6 or 4.0 millimeter for the ribbing and a US 8 5.0 millimeter for the regular knitting. Then I have my, my vanilla socks that I'm making for myself. And this is just a plain, you know, just a plain vanilla sock with the Fish Lips Kiss heel. The yarn that I'm using is the Knit Pick Stroll Fingering and Frozen Tono, and I'm using a US 1.5 or 2.5 millimeter. And here's where I was the last time. And I finished down here and put the heel in on both of these. See, I was right here where that little marker is up here. Finished the rest of the way down and put the heel in, the Fish Lips heel. Now I'm ready to start down the foot, but I'm going to start on my husband's first. And his is the Pacific Tono Rib Socks. And it is a 3x2 rib socks with Fish Lips Kiss heel. And last time I showed them to you, I was right here by that little marker. So I knitted all the rest of the way down. And starting on the, I have the heel to do on this one and this one. I was right here on this one. So I did the rest of the way down here. Now I'm getting ready to put the heel in. And this is Knit Pick Stroll and the printed one, hand painted in Pacific Tono. And the ribbing, the heels, and the toes is Cascade Yarn Heritage Solids in Cerulean for the cuff, heels, and toes. Okay, and I have two more things that I've been working on, which is my my Scrappy Granny Stripe Blanket. I'm using an F hook or 3.75 millimeter, and it's just scrap yarn or worsted weight yarn held single, or fingering yarn held double, or the other yarns held single, whatever held single, whatever to get it to that right thickness. And everything I'm using is acrylic or superwash because this, I want all my blankets to be machine washable. And there you go. Here's where I was the last time, right where that little charm is. And in that gray, so I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I've done 16 more rows. So let me just fold it. Okay, this is how it looks. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to edge it all the way around when I'm done. The last roll is going to be done in this gray. And I'm going to edge the sides in the same gray to finish off, to have a nice edging on it to match the first roll and the last roll. And the last thing that I've been working on is my husband's throw. It's called the horseshoe throw. And it's by Amy Paulison. I'm using a US 11 or 8.0 millimeter. And I'm using the Dreamweaver's yarn in brown. And let's see. Where I was the last time was down here. And I've gotten about 4 more inches put in. I know it's a little slow. I'm not rushing. He's not going to need it this spring or summer. So this is what it's looking like now. And that's the last thing that I've been working on. I have no goodies to share with you except that I had showed you my new machines that I got. And I'm waiting for my Addie to come, anxiously waiting. It's a 46 needle machine, so to make the adults' hats very easy. And I am loving these things because I can whip out a hat and a scarf, you know, in an hour, hour and a half, maybe. It depends, because sometimes I'm winding them up and I just leave to go do whatever I have to do, wind some more up, leave to go do what I have to do. And it's very easy to do, and I'm really, really enjoying them. Plus, I'm still getting my other knitting done. And that's all I have to share with you today. I know it's a short video, but thank you very much for watching my videos. Bye.